Hello, I'm Melanie from Melanie Method, and before you dive into my pilot study, I wanted to tell you a few interesting details about it that will just not come across when you read it because it's written in a format that is adequate for a study. But the story is just so touching and wonderful, I thought it would benefit everybody to share it and for me to remember it. So bear with me, there are many things that will come together. And at the time, this was 2017, I was all over the place, not only as in doing many projects, I was literally traveling everywhere. But the thing is, I put it all together. And that was kind of my peak when I worked with medical professionals. And a lot of it was to do with nurses and palliative care. So I was teaching at different homes for the elderly. I was even invited to some hospitals and their different palliative congresses and things like that. At the same time, I was very closely working with teaching and having some projects with several universities and pharmaceutical in a university in particular, where we were analyzing essential oils. So my contribution to the project was I would find distillers from all over the world and then help them get their oils analyzed, and then the faculty will get that information, and their master students would have awesome and interesting theses. So I was involved in that and more, and the story comes together when I was just approached by so many nurses and so many medical professionals that I saw the need to put them together. And at the time I had an Aroma Institute, which was a non-profit, and the point of it was exactly that, to bring different projects together because it was all overwhelming. So I created a safe space for these people where we would meet once a month and then share information. We would share information from what they learned from their practice, and then we would always organize one lecture per month for free where we would teach them different things about how to implement aromatherapy into palliative care or medical care. And these are very hands-on people. So on our second meeting, actually, after a colleague of mine had a wonderful lecture on how she applies hydrolats in her practice in the hospital as a practitioner for palliative care, she had great results in oral care. So we wanted to spread the good news and do a study of including everybody who wanted to. So we had 5 different institutions at that particular lecture who were willing to do this project with us. And me, at that time, as I knew so many people, I was able to organize it in pretty much 15 minutes. I had 2 contributors, which you will read below, Churin from Hvar, Croatia, and Jana from Bon Istria here in Slovenia. They contributed free hydrolats for these practitioners to actually carry out the project. And interestingly, one of my ex-students who now has a shop for aromatherapy material, she was so touched by the whole project that she donated all the necessary bottles and spray bottles and whatever it is that we needed. So in about 15 minutes, we were able to organize the whole thing. We also decided who was going to prepare all the information that we were going to monitor, and we were able to get all the hydrolats, all the materials, all the necessary information, handouts, in a month. So it was quite incredible, and you can read all about the people who were involved. They're all wonderful, and I literally cried when we got the results. I didn't think it would get published. That's another thing. Rhiannon Lewis approached me. She knew what I was doing, and she said, "Melanie, you got to write this in the journal." So this was written for the journal, the International Journal of Clinical Aromatherapy in 2017 with her initiative. It was way out of my comfort zone, but thank you, Rhiannon, for that push as well. So while I was preparing this article, I had to review all the data that is available for you here in the article itself. And I read through all the reports, all the comments from caregivers, as well as some comments that were made from the people who actually experienced this oral spray that we created. And it was so touching. I couldn't include all of it. I just took a few so you can have a bit of a feel of how it was, but I was really crying through some of them because we really touched so many people at such sensitive time, at a time where they were bodies and you know, their space was invaded in some in a more aggressive way, and then to be able to give them this relief, it's just wonderful. So I thought this couldn't get through in the very dry style of a typical article. And I just wanted to say thank you once again to everybody who participated, everybody who donated their material and time and heart into this project. It has been a while, but I am so happy to republish this. So thank you everybody who's involved. And I hope this is useful for you, because we do not have much information on hydrolates, and this was an incredible project that then carried into some new ones that I hope to share with you as well. So let me know how you enjoyed it, and go get through it.